make this amazing restaurant style chicken tikka recipe today, and I will leave a link to this garlic naans that I've made in the description box below. So let's get started. Now here I have a piece of coal that I'm heating up on a low to medium flame. Let it heat up for about 5 to 6 minutes till it turns nice and red. Heat 4 tablespoons of oil till it starts to smoke. Once it starts to smoke, turn off the heat and let this oil cool down completely. To a bowl, add 2 tablespoons of chickpea flour or besan. Add 1 teaspoon of Kashmiri red chili powder. Add 1/4 teaspoon of garam masala. Add 1 teaspoon of chaat masala. Add half a teaspoon of cumin powder. Add 1 teaspoon of pepper powder. Add 2 tablespoons of kasuri methi. You can see I'm crushing up the kasuri methi. So just crush it up with your fingertips. Add some salt to taste. Give everything a nice mix. Mix all these ingredients well together. Add 1 tablespoon of ginger garlic paste. Now here I've made the paste at home. So I've used half an inch of ginger and about 5 cloves of garlic and crush them to a nice coarse mixture. Add 4 tablespoons of curd or dahi. I'll leave the link of my recipe of how to make curd at home in the description box and comment section. Now mix all of these ingredients really well together. Now here I'm adding just about a 1/4 teaspoon of this orange red food color. This is completely optional. It's just that it gives this nice restaurant, kind of look to the recipe. So mix everything well so that the color, really shows up. And now the oil that we had heated up has completely cooled. So we are going to add that. Add that well and mix everything again really well together. So I'm taking 2 small capsicums. You can also use 1 large capsicum. Just cut off the tips and we're going to make this into squares. Now get rid of all the pips and the white color part of the capsicum. Wash it again under running water and then we're going to cut it into squares. So here you can see I've just slit it up in the middle, take off all the white portions and this is how it should look. You just want some cubes or squares and try to flatten it up like I've done over here and get rid of all the whites and the seeds. So this is how the capsicum will look. So here I've washed one onion really well. It's a medium-sized onion. I'm just going to take off the peel and the sides and the little yellow part on the top. I always do that. I get rid of the yellow part on the top. Again, wash it under running tap water. Do the same with the other one as well. And then we're just going to cut it in the center and fold like this. And then just separate each of them till you get these type of cubes similar to the capsicum. So set this aside. Now here I have 450 grams of boneless chicken I've cut into cubes. I'm going to add it to the marinade that we prepared and mix it in really well with the marinade so that all the chicken gets coated well. Add the cubed onions and capsicum and again mix everything really well together. Now that the charcoal has nicely heated up, add this charcoal to a small vati, and you're going to add about half a teaspoon of ghee or clarified butter. It will start smoking. Immediately cover this and keep this aside for 15 minutes. Here we have 2 elaichis, 2 bay leaves, 1 large tomato, 1 tablespoon of ginger garlic paste, that is half an inch of ginger and 4 cloves of garlic, 4 to 5 cloves of garlic. I made it into coarse paste, and these are 3 onions that I've sliced fine. Now here I have about 2 tablespoons of oil heating in a vessel. So once the oil is hot, I'm going to add the elaichi, the bay leaves, then I'm going to add my ginger garlic paste. Now fry everything well. We're going to fry this till the rawness of the ginger and the garlic goes away. So about for half a minute, fry this mixture really well. Now we're going to add the onions, and we're going to fry the onions till they become nice and soft and translucent. So this took me another half a minute to 1 minute. You can stir in between, or you can stir continuously. I like to use this large pot because it becomes easier, to cook the dish. Now I've added the tomato, and we're going to cook this tomato till it becomes nice and soft. So that will also take about 1 minute. You can stir continuously, or you can stir in intervals. Now once everything is cooked really well, you can just press down the tomato with your spoon and you'll see that it's nice and soft. You can turn off the heat because we want this mixture to cool down a bit, and we're going to transfer it to a mixer jar and grind it to a fine paste. So I've taken out the bay leaves. We're not going to grind the bay leaves, and I've transferred everything to my mixer jar and just let it go into cool down. You can see that there's some smoke coming out of it because it's still hot. So let it cool, and then we're going to grind it. This is what the paste will look like, and we've also reserved the water. We're going to use that too. And now I've added 1 tablespoon of oil to the same pan, and we are going to now add our marinated chicken and the capsicum as well as the onions to this hot oil. Mix everything really well with the oil, and now we're going to cover and cook this for about 5 to 7 minutes, stirring in intervals. Now once the chicken is cooked, we're going to transfer this mixture to another bowl. Now heat half a tablespoon of oil in the same pan. Now we are going to add the ground paste, and we're going to fry this paste till oil oozes out of this paste. So this should take you about 1.5 to 2 minutes on a low to medium flame, stirring continuously. The paste will start to thicken, and you will see that oil starts oozing out of this mixture. This is a very important step in this recipe. You can see now how the mixture has thickened. Now we're going to add some spices. Add 1 light green chili cut fine. Fry the chili well. Add half a teaspoon of pepper powder, that is black pepper powder. I generally use black pepper powder. Mix it all well. Next, we're going to add about 2 teaspoons of coriander powder or dhania powder. This is coarsely ground dhania or coriander powder. Mix everything well. And now we're going to add about 1 teaspoon of Kashmiri red chili powder. This is more for the color because Kashmiri red chili powder is not spicy. So again, mix all of this really well. Now I'm going to add about 2 tablespoons of fresh coriander or dhania leaves. Again, mix everything well together. Now we're going to add the masala water, a little of at a time, and mix well. It all depends on whether you want it more of a gravy or more thick. Depending on that, you can add as much or as little of the masala water or extra water. Now I've added the chicken mixture to this gravy and we're going to mix everything really well together. And like I said, you can just add as much or as little of the water that you need. If you want to have more of a gravy or more of a dry, then cover and cook for about 5 to 7 minutes on a low flame, stirring in intervals. And add 1/4 teaspoon of sugar. And I'm going to add just about half a cup of a cream. This is just the cream from the milk, that is the soy, and then mix everything well together. And our gravy or our chicken dish is almost ready. I'm just going to give it a little bit more of cooking time. So we're just going to cover and cook this again. Scrape the sides because the gravy is at the sides. So just scrape the sides. And then again, we're going to cover and cook this just for about 2 to 3 minutes for that extra flavor. And after 2 to 3 minutes, you can see that our chicken tikka gravy is all ready to enjoy. So here it is, friends, all ready to eat. Just squeeze a little bit of lime and have it with this beautiful garlic roti. And it's a feast and it's something really, really delicious.
The whole wheat roti recipe. So here in a bowl, I've taken 1.5 cup of whole wheat flour. To that, I'm going to add half a teaspoon of baking powder, half a teaspoon of baking soda, some salt to taste, 3 teaspoons of yogurt, and a little bit of water, about 6 to 7 tablespoons, to make a nice, soft, smooth dough. So now you're going to knead this dough, adding a little water at a time, till you get a lovely, super soft consistency. And then you're going to drizzle a few drops of oil and again knead the dough. And then we're going to cover and keep this dough aside after we kneaded it really well for at least an hour. So just fold it up like this, tuck it in like this, and then just cover and set it aside for at least an hour. Now after an hour, again just knead the dough and you will see that it has become really super soft and really easy to work with. Now you can keep a pan for heating up on a low to medium flame like you would for a regular roti or chapati. Dust your surface with a little bit of whole wheat flour and take a large lime-sized ball of the dough. And you're going to roll this out to a little bit of a thicker kind of a roll, not as fine as you would with a chapati or a puri, but a little bit thicker. So say to about an inch thickness. And then you're just going to brush a little bit of water, very little water, but evenly brush the water all over the roti. And now we're going to put this on the pan with the moist part facing down. That is the part which you brushed it with water, that is going to be facing down. Just evenly let it stick to the pan. And once you see it it begins to fluff up a little bit, just turn it over. Now increase your flame to high and just cook it. You will see that you have these small bubble kind of, it starts to bubble up immediately. So roast it evenly, see that there's no raw part of it, but that the roti is nicely evenly roasted on a high flame. And then you're just going to cook it on the other side too for about half a minute or so, and then just loosen out the edges and you'll see how nice and roasted it is on the other side. Now just roast it for a little while on the other side too, directly on the pan, and now you're going to just take it out onto the pan, onto a plate. Now you're just going to apply a little bit of butter. You can apply butter or even ghee if you want. And then I like to sprinkle it with a little finely chopped garlic and finely chopped coriander. And that's it, guys. Your whole wheat roti is all ready to enjoy with any of your favorite dishes. So I hope you liked today's recipe. I'll catch you soon. This is Akshata signing off. Bye. So let's see today's interesting recipe of chicken satay with peanut sauce. Now first I'm going to prepare the marinade, for which I've taken 1 tablespoon of ginger garlic paste, 1 tablespoon of Szechuan chutney. I'm going to add about 2 teaspoons of tomato ketchup or tomato sauce. Next I'm going to add just about a teaspoon of pepper powder. All I've done is roasted the pepper powder and ground it in my dry mixer. Now I'm going to add 1 teaspoon of Kashmiri red chili powder for the color. And also for the spiciness, I'm going to add 1 teaspoon of regular red chili powder. Now I'm going to add 1 teaspoon of soy sauce for the taste as well as the color. And now I'm going to add a little bit of salt, because the soy sauce also has some salt. So just a little bit of salt, and mix all of this. So this is our marinade for the chicken. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take about 2 tablespoons out of this marinade and set it aside for the peanut sauce that we're going to prepare. So just take about 2 tablespoons and set it aside. Now I've taken 250 grams of chicken, which I've cut up into large cubes, and I'm just going to add this marinade, mix it up really well so all of the chicken pieces are coated, and cover it and keep it for 15 minutes. Now after 15 minutes I'm going to add 4 tablespoons of corn flour, and see that it gets nicely it gets spread all over the chicken. And I'm also going to beat up 1 egg, and I'm going to add that too. So what this will do is, when we fry the chicken a little bit, it will become nice and crispy. So after adding the egg and the corn flour, I'm going to mix all of this, and again I'm going to set it aside for at least 25 minutes so all of the marinade as well as the egg and the corn flour really infuses the chicken. So set this aside for 25 minutes. That's very important for the right kind of crispiness that we're looking for. Now after about 25 minutes, I'm going to heat about 4 tablespoons of oil, and I'm just going to fry these chicken pieces till they're nice and golden brown on both sides. So keep your heat between medium and high, and just keep turning the chicken till you get this lovely crispy golden brown color. And then drain the excess oil on some kitchen napkin. So your chicken should look like this. You should have nice crispy pieces. It should be well coated with all of the marinade as well as the corn flour as well as the egg. And now in the same pan in which we fried it, there should be at least about 1 teaspoon of oil in it. If there isn't, then just add a little. And we're going to add some diced garlic. Fry the garlic really well. It's about 2 tablespoons of diced garlic. That is about 4 large cloves cut really fine. Fry the garlic till all the rawness goes away. Then I'm going to add 1 teaspoon of Szechuan chutney. Mix the chutney in well with the garlic. So this is going to be like a kind of a sauce only, which will coat the chicken. Now I'm going to add half a teaspoon of pepper powder. Next I'm going to add 1 tablespoon of tomato sauce or tomato ketchup, whatever you have at hand. Mix that in well. So this is a really delicious dish, guys, and you'll want to make it all the time. Now I'm going to add half a teaspoon of soy sauce, or 1 teaspoon of soy sauce, or you can adjust it as per your taste. Now I'm going to add half a teaspoon of vinegar for a little bit of tanginess, and mix everything in really well. Oh, the aroma is amazing. And now I'm just going to add about 1/4 cup of water. Now I've prepared a slurry using 1 tablespoon of corn flour to 4 tablespoons of water, and mix that in really well. And I'm going to add this slurry. Now stir it in before you're adding it, because the corn flour tends to settle at the bottom of the the vati or the cup, and then add that. Now what this corn flour slurry will do is it will thicken up this gravy or this coating immediately. So this is like a thick sauce which we're going to put the chicken in. And then I'm going to show you the peanut sauce that goes really well with this chicken satay. So now our sauce has nicely thickened. Keep your gas on a very low flame and just add all the chicken pieces back in. Mix everything really well together so that all of the chicken gets coated with this sauce. Ensure that all the chicken pieces are nicely coated. Now one tip I'd like to give you here is add the chicken to the sauce, just about 5 or 10 minutes before you're going to serve it, and then garnish it with some coriander. That way the chicken will remain nice and crispy. Now we're going to make the peanut sauce. So I've not turned the heat on under the pan. I've taken a saucepan to which I've added 1 cup of peanut powder. Then I'm going to add 1 cup of coconut milk. Now this is just a ready-made coconut milk. I've just added the powder to some hot water, or you can use actual coconut milk. Now I'm adding 1 teaspoon of brown sugar. If you don't have brown sugar, you can use regular sugar. But brown sugar adds a little bit of an extra taste to it. Now this is the marinade that we had kept aside. Just add that too. Now I'll leave a link of how I prepare peanut powder at home. I'll leave a link in the description box. You can go and check it out. It's super simple. Now I'm just going to add a little pinch of salt, and I'm going to add the juice of half a lemon. So remember, the gas is not yet turned on, that is, the heat is not turned on. We're just adding all the ingredients first. Now mix everything really well together. Now is the time you're going to turn the heat on, and you're going to keep stirring this sauce on a very low to medium flame till everything comes together and the sauce starts to thicken up a bit. Now at this point would be a good time to give a taste to this sauce to see if you want to add a little bit of, more of the sourness or more of the sweetness. So accordingly you can adjust the sauces, etc. Now keep on stirring this till you get a nice thick peanut sauce. Now generally this chicken satay is made on skewers or kebab sticks, but I'm just making it as a dry dish, and all you have to do is just pick up the chicken pieces and just dip them in the sauce and have them. So our sauce is all ready. So all I've done is just kept the chicken pieces in a plate. I've just added the sauce to a small little cup, and all you have to do is take a fork and just dip it into the sauce and have it. So this is a super simple dish and really really delicious. So do give it a pulao recipe which goes well with any side dish. So here I've taken 1 cup of rice. Now I'm using basmati rice. I've washed it well thrice and soaked it in 3 cups of water for at least an hour. Now we have some whole spices. So here we have 2 bay leaves, 3 cardamoms or elaichis. These are 5 cloves or lavang. These are 2 big elaichis or big cardamoms. This is half a teaspoon of peppercorns, and that is half a teaspoon of jaljeera. If you don't have jaljeera, you can use normal plain cumin seeds. This is 2 medium onions sliced, 2 medium tomatoes chopped, 2 tablespoons of yogurt or dahi or curd. I leave a recipe of how I make the dahi or the yogurt at home in the description box below. These are about 15 mint leaves of pudina, half a lemon, and 1/4 cup of fresh coriander leaves chopped fine. Now we have some powder masalas. This is 1 tablespoon of coriander powder or dhania, 1 teaspoon of homemade garam masala, and 1 teaspoon of cinnamon powder. I'll leave the recipe of the garam masala. 1 tablespoon of kasuri methi, 1 green chili chopped fine, and 1 tablespoon of ginger garlic paste. So these are all the ingredients. So now I've taken a pan or a pot, heated it up. Then I'm going to add 1 tablespoon of oil and 2 teaspoons of clarified butter or ghee. Now once all of the oil is nice and hot, we're going to add the whole spices. We're going to flavor it by just frying the whole spices a bit. Then we're going to add the onions that we chopped fine, sliced fine rather, and we're going to fry the onions really well till they become translucent. Next I'm going to add the kasuri methi. Just crush it up a bit and add it. Mix that well in. Next goes in the finely chopped green chili. Fry the chili well in the oil. And now we're going to add the ginger garlic paste. Now if you're grinding it at home, use about 5 large cloves of garlic and 1 inch of ginger and make it a fine paste. You can also use the ready-made paste. Next goes in the tomatoes. And now we have to cook the tomatoes till they're nice and soft and mushy. So we're going to cover it and cook it for about 3 minutes till the tomatoes become nice and soft, and then just press down the tomatoes. Now we're going to turn off the heat for about half a minute. And then we're going to add the dahi or the yogurt. So we don't have to add the dahi or the yogurt when the mixture is on the heat. So add the dahi or the yogurt and then turn the flame on. Mix everything nicely together. This way the dahi or the yogurt will not, go bad or spoil. And now we're going to add our lemon juice. So just take the juice of half a lemon. So that comes to half a tablespoon of lemon juice. Now we're going to add the 3 powder masalas. Next goes in the mint leaves. Now I'm going to keep a few mint leaves for garnish. Also fresh coriander. I'm going to keep a little coriander for the garnish. Now mix all of this really well together. Next we're going to add some salt to taste. Mix everything well. And now we're going to add 2 cups of water. Since we used 1 cup of rice, so we're going to use 2 cups of water. And now we're going to mix everything and we're going to let the water come to a gentle boil. Once it starts boiling, then just mix everything well together. And now we're going to drain all the water from the soaked rice and add the rice. Now we're going to mix everything really nicely together. And we're going to cook this till the water starts to evaporate. Now once the water starts to evaporate like this, just cover and keep it on a very low flame for about 5 minutes, checking in between. And then once all the water is evaporated, turn off the heat and just keep it for another 10 to 15 minutes with the cover. Don't open the cover. And that's it, guys. Your lovely simple pulao is all ready. And then just garnish it and serve it with some fresh lemon. This is a super simple recipe and it goes very well with any chicken recipe or veg recipe. So for today's recipe, you're going to need about 40 Marie biscuits, 200 grams of condensed milk, 200 ml of fresh cream, and 1 teaspoon of vanilla essence. Now I'm going to begin by breaking the Marie biscuits into smaller bits. And I'm just going to crush it up to a very fine powder. Now you could do this in a mixer too. So you got to get this, sand-like consistency. This is what we're looking for. Because this is also called sawdust pudding, so it should look like sawdust or sand. Now I'm going to start whisking the fresh cream for about 10 minutes. You don't want, stiff peaks or anything. We just want it to whisk it for about 10 minutes. Now I'm going to add the vanilla essence and again give it a good whisk so that the cream and the vanilla essence, gets really well blended. Now I'm going to add the condensed milk. Now I do have a recipe for homemade condensed milk. I'll leave it in the description box below. You can go and check it out. Now again, whisk everything nicely together for at least another 5 minutes. Now I'm going to pour this mixture into a jar which has got a small little pouch. So that way, it's easier for me to pour it into these glasses. Now you can take glasses of any size. And we're going to first make a layer of the biscuit that we've crushed. Then we're going to pour this mixture. Then we're going to put the biscuits, the crumbs, and then repeat the process with every alternating layer. Now, one tip I'd like to give you here is every time you pour the mixture that we prepare, that is the condensed milk, just put it into your freezer for about 10 minutes and then put the biscuit mixture. That way the biscuit mixture will actually stay on top of the condensed milk mixture and it won't get mixed up. So that's a small little tip here, that you just put it into the freezer for about 5 or 10 minutes till it sets. And then you're just going to refrigerate it till you're ready to serve it. And your Serradura pudding or sawdust pudding is all ready. So I hope you like this recipe. Do give it a try. Friends, I hope you like today's recipe as well as today's video, and if you would like to see more videos like this, then don't forget to leave this video a big thumbs up. Also, by clicking the thumbs up icon, also don't forget to subscribe to my channel and become a part of Akshita's recipes. Once you have subscribed, there is a small little bell icon that will pop up, so just click on that. That way whenever I put up a new recipe or a new video, you get a message for the same. So on that note, I'll say bye and I'll catch you in my next video sooner than you think. This is Akshita saying bye, take care, stay healthy, stay fit, be kind and loving to one another. So till we meet again, bye.